Huawei.
Huawei is in a big mess, but as an African watching this video, why should you care whether the US bans Huawei or Huawei bans the US? Why does this matter to you? The ban on Huawei, the Chinese tech giant, could affect African countries greatly, and this is why you watching this video should care. With Huawei's budget phones hitting the African market every year, the Chinese company, after beating Apple to the second place, is looking at beating Samsung to the first place when suddenly their problems started. The US government under Trump's leadership has called on Google to ban Huawei from using Android on its mobile devices. It didn't just end there. The Huawei company has been banned entirely from selling any of its products in the US. Products the US claimed are used as a tool for spying on the United States government. Why then should Africans worry about this tech code war that has nothing, absolutely nothing, to do with them? Here is why. Huawei is currently the fourth biggest smartphone seller in Africa, behind another Chinese company, Transsion. Well, if you don't know Transsion, they are the company that makes the Tecno and Infinix brands, which is very popular in Ghana, Nigeria, and other African countries. With that Chinese company, Transsion provided its flagship Tecno and Infinix smartphones for as low as $15 per phone. I know, right? With that Chinese companies like Huawei, the number of people who use the internet on a daily basis will see a massive drop. China-made phones account for 1 out of every 3 smartphones on the continent today. The average African uses fast but affordable internet using cheap Chinese-built devices on Chinese-built networks. So Africans' internet future depends solely on components sold at a price which only China and the Chinese companies can currently provide. As at the time of this video, Huawei operates in over 40 African countries, which is about 90% of the whole continent of Africa. More than 70% of Africa's 4G network was provided or is provided by Huawei. The tech giant also runs several research partnerships all across Africa. What the ban means for most Africans who use Huawei smartphones is 1. They won't be able to download new apps for their phones, no software updates, and no Google services like Maps, Gmail, Google Search, and Google Drive. But let's say you don't use a Huawei phone. Why should you care? Huawei is responsible for more than 70% of Africa's 4G network. Huawei hardware being banned would mean most Africans will start using Baidu instead of Google, Sina Weibo instead of Twitter, WeChat instead of WhatsApp or Facebook. iPhone users should be crying as well. You know why? Because all iPhones are mostly assembled in China by Foxconn. The ban could force Apple to move from Foxconn, making iPhones more expensive than they already are. But hold your horses before you go selling your China-made phones. Huawei is currently working hard to minimize the impact this might have on the company. What phone do you use? Leave us a comment down there and let's get talking. Thanks for watching, and do check out other cool videos we know you'll love too. Catch you in the next one. Peace.